Gather round, dear viewers, for here is the tale of Barthalamule, a valiant knight on a quest to build a mighty lineage. Barthalamule shall meet mighty warriors and take part in glorious combat, but we must start where all good stories start, the beginning. Barthalamule was born to a down-on-his-luck noble named Sir Thonar. Barthalamule took it upon himself to pay for food by going to work for a local craftsman. Upon entering into adulthood, Barthalamule decided to take the open road as far as he could, visiting every trade city on the Great Plains. But the people turned against Barthalamule's father, keeping him from his home forever. Now Barthalamule sets out on his grand adventure, but judging by his stats card, this is going to be quite a long quest. Barthalamule enters the strange city and almost immediately he hears someone yelling for him to surrender. Does this fool not know who he was? No matter. He would dispatch of this fool soon enough. Soon after, the thief falls at Barthalamule's feet. A man approaches him. After arriving at the merchant's house, Barthalamule became quite bored with the whole thing, rushing the poor man along and leaving as quickly as possible. One side of the city, Barthalamule set about recruiting troops at the closest village. Two men decided to follow Barthalamule. While this is not as many as he had hoped, it was still a start. It also brought to his attention that they need to trade his wool for some more food, but where to go? Ishimura, of course. But in Barthalamule's haste, he failed to see some bandits and was attacked. Although outnumbered, Barthalamule would never surrender. They would fight to the last. As it turns out, this may not have been the best of decisions. Barthalamule fought as hard as he could, but was no match for the horseman. His two companions lay dead, and the horseman ran laps around Barthalamule until he fell to their constant attacks and was taken prisoner. After a few days, he escapes. Running the opposite direction of his captors, he arrives in a small town. Inside, 5 men offer to join him, and he buys provisions for the long road ahead. Upon leaving the town, Barthalamule spots a large group of looters. Either due to his lack of experience or his own sheer incompetence, Barthalamule decided to charge the looters after they refused his demands. Barthalamule attempts to defend a hilltop and have his arrow kill most of the enemy before they can hit back. When this fails, Barthalamule is almost defeated because his choice of a stick as a weapon turned out to be ill-advised. So instead, he runs circles around them till they fall to his crossbow. After the battle, only one man still stood with Bartholomew. Bartholomew quickly looted the bodies for a hatchet and gold. Taking 2 prisoners, Bartholomew set out for Bulugar. During the long journey, they nursed their wounds and were twice held up for gold. After picking up a couple more men in Bulugar, Bartholomew set camp and convinced the 2 prisoners to join his army. After returning to Tolga, Bartholomew attempted to find the merchant in the tavern. Although finding 2 travelers wishing to join Bartholomew on his quest, there was absolutely no sign of the merchant. Leaving town and looking at his notes, Bartholomew verifies that this is the right town. Upon re-entering the tavern, the merchant was there. Where was he before now? Friendly neighborhood merchant man directs Bartholomew to a group of bandits. Bartholomew mops up the small band quickly. One lone survivor begs for their life. In exchange, he shows Bartholomew where he must go. And this is where our story must end for today. Come back next week to see what happens in Bartholomew's grand adventure. If you want more content, please subscribe and like this video if you want to help us out. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great week.